This is the Less Insurance Dependence podcast show with my good friend Gary Takacs and myself, Naren Arulrajah.
We appreciate your listenership, your time, and most of all, we appreciate your intention to reduce insurance dependence in your practice. Our goal is to provide information that will help you successfully reduce insurance dependence and convert your practice into a thriving and profitable dental practice that provides you with personal, professional, and financial satisfaction.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Less Insurance Dependence podcast, the official podcast of the Reducing Insurance Dependence Academy, www.rid.academy. Membership to the Academy is a gift from Gary and I in appreciation for your listenership. Visit rid.academy and don't forget to register. By registering, you will have access to all of our resources and a free pass to all of our events, including our annual summit. I am Naren, your co-host. Today's podcast is titled, When is the Wrong Time to Go Out of Network? Before we jump into today's topic, I have a quick announcement to make. We have an amazing webinar coming up, courtesy of Pankey Institute. You all know it's a nonprofit, one of the most respected institutions of learning in dentistry. The website is pankey.org, and the topic that Gary will be covering, he will be the keynote, your blueprint to successfully resign from PPO plans. This is going to be magical. You're going to learn a ton, 2 hours of step-by-step activities or things you need to consider and or do on this journey of resigning from PPO plans. It's going to be on the 14th, which happens to be a Friday, 14th of March at 11 a.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, 2 hours of CE, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Go to pankey.org and look for this event and register.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, Naren. I was invited to present this course for the part of the Pankey Online curriculum. And it's a 2-hour course that allows me to go into depth about that topic, your blueprint to successfully resign from PPO plans. Most of you will be familiar with the Pankey Institute. Those of you that are not, I'm happy to introduce you to them. I'm part of their faculty and very excited to be presenting that on Friday, March 14th. Again, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Come join us and go to pankey.org and look for the Pankey Online courses and register. Would love to see you there.
Thank you, Gary. Let's jump into today's conversation. And today's topic is, when is the wrong time to go out of network? I know, I have 18 years of experience working with dental practices, and I know those who do amazingly well in this process, and then I know those who have struggled. And I'll give you my tip. One thing I notice as a common pattern of those who struggle is they don't replace the patients they're going to lose, whether it's on a monthly basis because, the PPO plan is sending them X number of new patients a month, or the ones who are going to leave their practice. So let's say they have 100 patients from that plan, and let's say 20% would leave. So that means the 20 upfront loss plus, let's say you're getting 5 a month. That's the ongoing 5 a month loss. So the ones who don't, figure out a way to replace those patients before resigning struggle because they'll end up with, schedules being open and people panicking and so forth. But I know it's a lot deeper than this. So take it away, Gary. Let's have a wonderful conversation.
Yeah, I'm excited to share this with you because I'm often asked, hey, can any office go out of network? And the answer is no. No. I wish I could say, yeah, it's easy. But by the way, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. No.
So let me ask you a follow-up question. The topic is wrong time. Are you saying they can never go out, or they are saying at the moment they can't go out?
Well, here's how you can evaluate it. Here's how you can do a self-evaluation. I'm going to give you 4 criteria to look at. And if you answer these questions properly, it would indicate your readiness.
Got it.
Now we need a little bit more information about your practice to determine the specific strategy.
Are you saying don't try it at home? In other words,
don't try this on your own at home. It's not, it's not like doing a plumbing repair by watching a YouTube video. So
You'll have a flooded house.
might have a flooded house, but worse than that, you might have a practice on the brink of collapse
Right.
if you don't treat this with the seriousness that it deserves. So I'm going to give you 4 criteria. When, and I'll answer the question: when is the wrong time to go out of network? Number 1, when your practice is not relationship driven. Not relationship driven. Now, what does relationship driven mean? It means that we know your patients. We know their name. We know their spouse's name. We know their kid's name. We know their hobbies. We know their interests. We know the dog's name. Maybe we know that a patient's taking care of an elderly parent right now. We truly know your patients. And now, granted, if you have a large practice, is it possible that we can know everybody at all times? Probably not. But we can certainly know the patients we're seeing today. The problem with being in network with PPOs, Naren, is everything about being in a PPO practice takes you away from being relationship driven. It's a transaction. Patient came to you to take their insurance, and we've got to pedal fast because we give away 40 to 50% of our fee to the fat cats at the insurance company. So I think you need to address this issue honestly, how relationship driven you are. And I'll give you a quick test, Doctor. I'm going to put you on the spot. Here's a quick test. Without looking in your computer system, by memory, name by name, 10 school teachers in your practice. Every one of our listeners has more than 10 school teachers in their practice, guaranteed. And I don't care what grade, a kindergarten through college.
Even a retired teacher.
Retired teachers count. Okay. I've gotten them all. If you can't name off of memory 10 school teachers in your practice, hate to say it, Doc, you're not relationship driven. Hey, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But that doesn't mean you couldn't. That just means you could decide, you know what? We need to work on that.
Right.
We need to get to the point where we're relationship driven. But that would be point number 1. Point number 2, what you said, Naren, when you have not proactively developed a marketing plan to consistently attract quality patients without depending on the insurance companies referring them to you. If you've not done that, you're not ready to go out of network. Because you're going to lose patients when you go out of network. There is no sugarcoating that. I wish there was a way I could tell you to go out of network and not lose any patients, but I'm not going to tell you that because I've never seen it.
Gary, can I suggest a next step for those who want to do this, like those who want to, get the patients to come in before they go out of network? Maybe a marketing strategy meeting. Go to equa.com/LID for less insurance dependence, and you will book what we call a marketing strategy meeting, equa.com/LID, and you will talk to one of our experts. They will do a comprehensive study, give you a report card as to where you stand when it comes to your ability to attract patients without depending on PPO plans, and they'll give you a plan to get to a point where you are consistently generating a certain number of patients without depending on PPO plans within 12 months.
Very, very important. It's being proactive, doing it ahead of time, because you've already effectively replaced the people you're going to lose ahead of time. We also have to replace the historic flow of new patients that have come from the PPO plans. It's similar but different. For example, if you get 20 new patients a month for Delta and you resign from Delta, that dries up to 0. So we not only have to replace the ones you're leaving, but the historic flow that has come in from Delta. So that's the second part of that, replacing those patients. Number 3, when is the wrong time to go out of network? When your scheduling demand is weak. What do I mean by that? Look at your schedule. If it's Monday, and we're looking at your schedule, and by the time we get to the middle of the end of the week, it looks like Swiss cheese, it's not the right time to go out of network. You need more strength. We got to solve that with marketing. However, the opposite of that, Naren, is let's say it's Monday, and we're looking at when we could work in the first new patient, and the first opportunity to work in a new patient in our practice is 4 or 5 weeks out. Is that good news or bad news?
It's not good news.
It's both.
Yeah.
Well, it's good because you feel good about having all this demand. But it's bad because if they're not connected to your office and they can take 5 weeks to get in, then they're likely to go to another office.
I think this is where the world has changed, right? I guess maybe 20 years ago, maybe people were okay with waiting 5 weeks, but nowadays people don't have that patience.
Oh, the public has an attention span of a gnat. Ideally, we teach our clients to build a scheduling template where we can at least offer a new patient appointment within a week.
Yes.
Within a week of the call. Now, if the patient pushed back and says, "Oh, I was thinking 4 or 5 weeks from now as I'm involved in a big project," great. But we want to offer them one because we're rolling the red carpet out to them. But here's the reverse side of that. If you're booked out 4 or 5 weeks, you've got scheduling demand. That makes you a better candidate to resign versus being in a weak position. Imagine being in a weak position to schedule, resigning, losing patients. What does that put your schedule in?
You have holes on your schedule.
Crisis.
Yeah.
And finally, number 4, maybe this is the most important reason. And this is hard, doctor, to do objectively. The wrong time to go out of network is when you are not giving patients any unique reasons to choose your office from a patient's perspective. So if you can't give it, what do I mean by unique reasons? Offering a full range of services. Offering high-value services that some people might be interested in, having a technology-oriented office. I mean, the nerds in the world would be, how would they see a dental office that has technology? They see that as, it is where I want to go.
Yeah.
Maybe your unique reasons include the fact that you've got over 1,000 5-star Google reviews. So the public is singing your praises. If you're an office, Naren, if you're an office that has 2 Google reviews, and I'm being extreme here, but you're not offering anything technology oriented in your practice, right? And there's no reason to have a patient choose you other than the bad PPO office down the street. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, Gary.
And that may be the most important reason. Why should patients choose your office for their care? And the hard thing to do is for a doctor to answer that question themselves. Because it's a bias. Your bias causes you to look at that through rose-tinted glasses. But a third party, the public, can answer that question for you. Read your reviews. What do your reviews say? If you don't have any reviews, then we have a problem, and that's a good time not to. Maybe we'll add a 5th one. If you have no reviews, don't go out of network. That's really a variation of number 4. But if you're not giving a patient a reason to come to your office. Naren, what would be some reasons why the public might choose your office?
The reasons why the public might choose your office, you kind of named a few, great technology. You treat me like family. I trust you. You've
got an amazing team of people-oriented team members who consistently deliver quality patient service to your community.
Exactly. You spend time educating me and telling me about, what I need to do to improve my health. You care about me. All those are like,
You provide services that people want. What are some services people want? They want
sedation.
They want sedation. Maybe they want single visit crowns.
Right.
Maybe they want the option of having a dental implant to replace a missing tooth. Maybe they want adult orthodontics. Maybe they want a more biologic practice, that is focused on wellness. But what is unique? What is unique about your practice?
I'll give you 2 more reasons. You have 1,000 reviews, and every time I check, you have more reviews. Right. Second reason, anywhere I Google, you just keep showing up. Anything I type in to do with dentistry, it's you, and then there's everybody else. You just keep showing up and showing up and showing up. These are all, very, very powerful reasons why people will choose you.
So when I'm doing an evaluation with an office in my coaching work, because I do not want to recommend going out of network if the practice isn't ready. And the reason I don't want to do that is because I don't want to fail as a consultant.
Yes.
I don't want doctors to say, hey, I worked with Gary and it didn't work. How does that reflect on me?
Right.
Poorly. Doctor, a good way to think about that is, let's say you refer implants, placement of implants to either an oral surgeon or a periodontist, and then you work with the oral surgeon and periodontist to restore that. Okay, there are many of our listeners that might approach implants that way, and that's a perfectly acceptable way to add that high value service. You would not want to refer a patient to a surgeon to place the implant and have that implant fail. Because how's that going to make you didn't do the implant, but how does that make you look?
It doesn't make you look good because they trusted you as a healthcare provider,
and so my calling card is the results I get with my clients. And I don't want to recommend someone going on network if they're not going to be successful with it. So I screen it ahead of time. And look at those 4 points again. Number one, when your practice is not relationship driven. Number two, when you don't have marketing in place to replace those you're going to lose. Number three, when your scheduling demand is weak. And then number four, when you're not giving your patients reasons to choose your office. Oftentimes, they've got three of those four. Oftentimes, they've got three of the four. Let me tell you the three they have. They have a relationship-driven practice, objectively determined. They are relationship-driven. Maybe they could get better, but they are relationship-driven. Next, their scheduling demand is strong. Next, they're giving their patients lots of reasons to come to the office. Which one have I excluded, Naren? Which one don't they have? So, Naren, which one don't they have? We've got three. This is what I see most commonly. They've got three of the four. Which one don't they have?
Yeah, the one they don't have, Gary, out of the one you skipped is marketing. And I really think it is by far one of the most important, because at the end of the day, the only thing the PPO plan did for you is to send you new patients, right? The only thing. So if you don't do the only thing or make up for the only thing they did for you, then you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. And again, that doesn't mean you can't go out of network, but it means we need to shore up marketing before you do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Same thing. If you're not as relationship driven as you want, shore that up. If your schedule isn't as full as you'd like, then we work on reactivating past due patients, work on follow up on scheduled treatment plans, and we get ready to do that. And we look at things we could add to our list of reasons for people to choose your office. And you put all those together, and you're in a good position to successfully resign with the right training, with the right support from the team, with the right verbal skills, with the right blueprint to do that. Well, as we wrap up today, I hope you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you can do your own self-assessment on your readiness to do this. If you'd like help with that, I would invite you to schedule a coaching strategy meeting. Go to www.thrivingdentist.com/CSM. And you'd be scheduling a meeting with me, a Zoom meeting with me, where we can talk about your readiness and what a plan might look like to successfully resign. We are accepting new clients. Would love to help more dentists resign from PPO plans successfully in 2025. Well, hey, bring this back full circle. Come join me on March 14th, Friday, March 14th, for a Pankey online course called Your Blueprint to Successfully Resign from PPO Plans. Go to www.pankey.org and register for that. Look forward to seeing you there. On that note, thank you for the privilege of your time. Naren and I look forward to connecting with you on the next Less Insurance Dependence podcast.